talk for a minute about meditation. A lot of times people don't quite give meditation the credit that it deserves. In fact, I have actually been that kind of a person before myself, in that because it's not something that I love to do, kind of like yoga, I find it to be very boring. It's hard for me to get my mindset focused on, okay, meditation. It's something you need to do, Rosann. But the thing is, I've been doing a lot of research on it and a lot of reading about meditation in the last couple of years. And what I've come to find is that there's actually quite a few benefits to meditation. And it doesn't have to be anything like crazy. Meditation can actually, it can be different for everybody. And in my case, I view meditation more as my time alone with God, my time alone in prayer and reflection and just kind of quiet time. We'll put it that way, quiet time to calm my mind down. And so I just want to talk for a minute about the benefits of meditation and hopefully encourage you to start shifting some of the habits that you have, shifting some of your mindset so that and carving out time in your day to spend in some kind of form of meditation, whether that be actual true meditation, where you're sitting with your legs crossed and your eyes are closed and your hands are out in front of you, whether it's that kind of meditation or whether it is a meditative state of quiet time with the Lord. Whatever works for you is fine, but just taking that time to set aside and reflect and quiet your mind. And so some of the benefits of meditation or quiet time are, one, it fortifies your immune system. And I'll explain a little bit in more detail as we go on. But first thing is, it fortifies your immune system. It boosts your creativity. It boosts your cognitive function. It reduces aches and pains. It builds a better body. It lets you sleep more soundly. It reduces your those wrong emotional reactions, those, knee-jerk emotional reactions. It helps to lower your blood pressure, and it helps you to make wiser choices. So how does meditation or quiet time fortify your immune system? Well, it has this amazing ability to increase your feelings of control and decrease your negative emotions simultaneously. So not only does this make you feel better, but according to research, it actually reduces your chronic psychological stress. And that helps to improve the longevity of your immune cells, which means fewer sick days, right? Sign me up for that, right? So how does meditation and quiet time help to improve your body and build a better body? Well, let's think about this. If you take the time to quiet your mind and clear your head before you step into the gym or into your fitness room to start your workout, what you are doing is you are essentially allowing your mind to completely focus on your workout. I can't tell you how many times I have stepped into my fitness room with so much on my mind that I'm not even thinking clearly, and my form might suffer as a result. I may not fully put in the full effort that I want to put into my workout because I'm too busy focusing on other things or worrying about the fact that I've got a million other things I got to do. And it can actually let my brain start to talk me out of doing the complete workout. I can come up with excuses for why I need to stop my workout halfway through versus finishing the whole workout. that's just a couple of examples. Another example is you get sloppy with the things that you're doing in that environment when you haven't cleared your mind and prepared it for, visualized what your workout's going to be, gotten yourself mentally excited for it through that meditation or quiet time, and cleared your mind of any distractions. I actually had an accident happen in my own fitness room because I was so focused and distracted on different things going on in my head that I dropped a 45-pound barbell, and the rack that it was sitting on, the metal rack that it was sitting on, I was messing with adjusting the height of the rack and should never have even had the barbell sitting on that rack to begin with while I was adjusting it. But my brain wasn't fully engaged in what I was doing because my brain was elsewhere. And I did that and dropped that barbell right on my leg and had a bruise literally that big around immediately on my leg. That's how devastating that hit was. And it broke the skin, even went through my exercise pants. It was bad. And thank God it wasn't any worse, but it could have been worse. It could have caused more damage than it did. But I had a bruise for weeks for my body to absorb the bleeding, the internal bleeding from that bruise. So yeah, it definitely makes a difference. You want to spend some time, clearing your head, visualizing just even 5 minutes, just sitting quietly with your eyes closed and kind of visualizing what you're going to do for your workout, getting yourself excited for it. How is that workout going to benefit your body? How's it going to benefit your mind? How's it going to benefit your health? How's it going to reduce your stress levels? What will it do to define your muscles, to make you feel more confident? Like just thinking through that process and visualizing it, thinking through what areas of your body you want to work. So yes, meditation can be super powerful with building a better body. Did you know that doing yoga actually reduces your cortisol levels like that? It's true. And part of what does it with yoga is the breathing. So when you are taking time to meditate, you're in a state of total relaxation. You are totally relaxed and calm. You're breathing deeply. Same thing if you are sitting and praying or just having that quiet time, that reflection, that time with the Lord. You are actually reducing your cortisol levels. And the good thing about doing that, particularly if you do it right before you go to bed at night, is that you are reducing those cortisol levels and calming your nervous system so that you can sleep. And it is said that meditation lets you sleep more soundly. And that is so, so true because it lowers those cortisol levels. It lowers your physical and mental arousal. It actually reduces the risk of having insomnia. So if you are somebody who is struggling with getting enough sleep at night, I highly encourage you to get yourself into a normal sleep routine that every night you do X, Y, and Z before bed. And maybe that X, Y, and Z is you take a hot Epsom salt bath and you drink a cup of, lavender tea while you're in that Epsom salt bath. And then you get out and you spend some time, maybe journaling down all of your thoughts from the day, all the frustrations that you had, what your to-do list is, maybe thinking ahead to tomorrow and what you'll need to accomplish tomorrow, and maybe writing down some gratitude, and then just kind of closing your eyes and breathing deeply and, just having some quiet reflection and visualizing what you want your day to look like tomorrow, and visualizing yourself having a nice long night of deep, deep sleep, and just practicing breathing deeply throughout that couple of minutes of just sitting there quietly. I really encourage you to try that, because you may find that it is true that it reduces your cortisol levels and helps you to sleep more soundly. Meditation improves cognitive function. It actually improves the blood flow to the brain, which can prevent mental disorders. You're going to find that when you meditate on a regular basis, you have more clear thinking. And actually, research shows that meditating for 1 month, 30 days straight, can actually significantly raise your IQ levels. Interesting fact there, right? Because did you know that chronic stress reduces your IQ levels? That was news to me when I found out about that. Very cool information there. Meditation reduces your aches and pains. It does this by reducing the expression of genes that produce inflammation in the body. And inflammation in the body is a bad, bad, bad thing. Well, it's good in some cases. For example, when your body is trying to heal itself of something, inflammation can be good in the healing process, but it is bad when it's chronic systemic inflammation. Chronic systemic inflammation actually causes pain. It causes autoimmune diseases. It causes all sorts of chronic illnesses, and can lead to heart attack. It can lead to stroke. It can lead to Alzheimer's disease. A lot of different things that inflammation can lead to. So getting that chronic systemic inflammation under control, super, super important for your health. So practicing meditation, even for a short period of time, has been shown to reduce that expression of those genes that produce that inflammatory response. So definitely worth it to take some time to have your quiet time in meditation each day. I will never forget when my daughter was little, like toddler age, she used to throw the most severe temper tantrums, and to the point where she would actually they were actually night tremors is what she was having. But at the time I had no idea, because I was a new mom and, had zero experience with raising children. And so I had to learn things the hard way. But she would get so upset, and even just as a toddler, she would pick up hard toys and throw them against the room. And she was just against the door, and she would get out of control, like crazy, out of her mind. And so I would have to try to figure out ways to teach her to deal with her emotions, her emotional reaction to things. And one of the ways that I started to teach her that was the concept of taking a deep breath and counting to 10 before doing anything else. Like if something makes you mad, just going 1, 2, before you react to things, like just taking that deep breath in and counting and going all the way to 10. And then I would tell her, if that doesn't work, if you get to 10 and you are still just so angry, do not pick up those hard toys and throw them, because you're going to hurt somebody or potentially hurt yourself. And so I would tell her to take her pillow on her bed and just, hit her pillow to get it out of her system, because at least doing that, she wasn't hurting anybody, and it would help to get the aggression out if she absolutely needed to. But usually what I have found is by helping her to kind of get into that meditative state of taking in that deep breath, 1, 2, by doing that, by the time she got to 10, 9 times out of 10, she actually forgot what was making her so angry, or she had calmed down enough that she didn't need to do any of that, hardcore emotional reaction. We could actually have a conversation, as much as you can have a conversation with a toddler. We can actually have a conversation about it and work through whatever the issue was. And so meditation, I had no idea at the time that I was actually teaching her some form of meditation, but that is kind of meditation. So meditation teaches you how to put space between yourself and that strong emotional reaction, allowing you to kind of, take those few deep breaths and clear your head, clear your emotions, and react a little bit better than maybe you would have if you just fly off the handle first. So another good reason to get meditation as a regular part of your daily practice. So a lot of people will tend to stress eat or binge eat when they're feeling emotional or stressed out. And meditation can actually be a really great tool to use to help you to shift those thoughts or to be more mindful of them when you go to step into your kitchen to open that refrigerator door for the 20th time and stare inside because you feel like you need to put something in your body, even though you aren't even really hungry, but it's coming from random thoughts that are popping into your head that are like driving you crazy. And so when you meditate on a regular basis, what that does is it helps to make you more mindful of a variety of thoughts that are popping into your head. Instead of being led around on a leash by your thoughts, you are allowing yourself to find, basically when you're having these thoughts and you're going and you're reaching into the fridge or you're reaching for some food to put in your mouth, what you're doing is you're unconsciously finding something to distract yourself from those thoughts. And food is an easy thing to distract ourselves from it. I've actually been there myself. But when you meditate, you become more instantly aware of certain thoughts and the things that are really pressing on your mind. And so it allows you to stop and say, dang it, there's that thought again. And it allows you, in meditating, it allows you to kind of start trying to work through those thoughts and shift those thoughts so that you're not feeling them as much, so that they're not consuming your mind as much. Maybe if it's a negative thought, actually processing it and dealing with it instead of burying it deep down inside, processing it and going, okay, why is this thought here? What do I need to do about it? How do I make it go away? And, that is one of the benefits of meditation is that, yes, you're clearing your mind, but instead of the process of clearing your mind isn't by shoving those thoughts deep down into your insides and not dealing with them. It's by working through the problem or the thought. Again, if your form of meditation is a form of prayer or journaling or something like that, just sitting quietly sometimes can bring so much clarity that we never had before because there were too many things, too many moving parts, too much noise, too much whatever for us to stop and focus on the problem and think about it and deal with it and get it past us. And so by doing meditation on a regular basis, you are actually helping yourself to make wiser choices in the kitchen, wiser choices regarding your health, wiser choices regarding your overall happiness. So definitely get that meditation going on a regular basis. So as a nutrition and fitness professional, obviously, I primarily work with a focus, a holistic type of focus. So it's also called integrative nutrition. So integrative nutrition looks at the whole body, whole mind, whole life approach to health and wellness. And as such, being able to avoid medications, synthetic medications as much as possible is key. That's something that, when I'm working with my clients, we're always trying to see, okay, what can we do to make tweaks and adjustments to your nutrition and your fitness and your lifestyle so that you can eventually over time get off of the medications that you're taking and just be healthy and not need them. And so blood pressure is a classic example of this. And this is where, when you have the right nutrition and you have the right fitness and you have worked on reducing stress levels and improving your lifestyle and your sleep habits and all of that, that can actually in and of itself bring your blood pressure levels down to a normal state through, increasing your metabolism, losing weight. All of these things can contribute to lowering blood pressure naturally. But meditation has just as much to offer in reducing blood pressure. Regular meditation has actually been shown to improve everything from your resting heart rate, your mean atrial blood pressure, even your systolic and diastolic blood pressure as well. So taking that time to, have your quiet time, to do the deep breathing, to spend a few minutes with your thoughts and, just kind of reducing those stress levels and clearing your mind, that in and of itself can actually greatly impact your blood pressure in a positive way. But then, of course, we want to add in the nutrition and the fitness component as well. So, meditation can lower your blood pressure. Now, I'm not the expert on meditation, but my thoughts on this subject are this. To do meditation or quiet time, as I like to call it, what you want to do is you want to start by looking for some kind of idle time in your day. If you want to do it multiple times a day, for example, you want to find little moments of idle time where you don't have anything going on. And if you can't find those times, then I encourage you to schedule some time during your day. Block it on your calendar and make it like an appointment every day, whether it's first thing in the morning before your workout or late at night before you go to bed. Just be sure to schedule it. Obviously, the more you can take these little momentary quiet times or meditation times throughout the day, the more benefit you're going to get from this. The next thing is to set a distraction-free stage. Know for yourself where you're going to meditate. Now, obviously, if it's throughout your day and you are, at work, maybe you want to meditate a little bit at lunch. Maybe you leave the office and there's a place that you can go for a walk. Even going for a walk can be a state of meditation if you use it for the purpose of that, trying to clear your head and breathing the right way and that sort of thing. Or you can go and you can find, a quiet place in a corner somewhere to sit down, close your office door, sit in your chair in your office, just breathe deeply, think and take that time for meditation there. Just make sure that wherever you do it, however you do it, you have set a distraction-free stage in that area. Maybe it's a corner in your house. Maybe it is, at your little reading nook in your living room or something like that. Make sure you have a notebook and a pen handy to jot down some thoughts or notes as you go, because sometimes we'll have thoughts pop into our head and and then we start stewing on that thought. And maybe that's not the thought that you want to stew on right at that moment. Maybe you want to be focusing on something else, or maybe you do want to get clarity on that thought. And it just helps to have that notebook handy so you can just quickly jot it down so you don't lose sight of it, you don't lose track of it. Or if you get some great idea that you need to, or you want to pursue that will help to clear some negative thoughts or negative emotions from your mind, from your heart, just having that pen and paper handy to jot those down is good. Or if you use meditation as a time for prayer and journaling, that's also another good reason to have that notebook and pen handy. And also, I would say give yourself at least 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes is ideal. I wouldn't go any less than 10 minutes. If you can't find 10 minutes, maybe wait and push it off until later in the day when you can set aside that 10 to 15 minutes of time. Okay. And then the other thing is, when you get into your place, your, distraction-free location, allow your body to find its perfect posture. Maybe that is leaning back in your chair, kind of relaxed. Maybe it's sitting up straight so that your diaphragm is open, your shoulders are back, and your chin is high, so you can just breathe deeply. But you want it to be in a posture that allows for deep breathing, okay? And that allows you to feel comfortable at the same time. And then finally, get in tune with yourself, okay? You can do this by just focusing on, like, you close your eyes and you focus on the hairs on the top of your head and how everything feels, and how does it feel to relax your face muscles, and then moving down your body. How are you breathing? And then moving down. Are you feeling any gurgling? Is there anything going on in your stomach? Like, what are you feeling? What sensations are happening in your body? By asking yourself these questions as you go from head to toe, you are actually becoming in tune with your body and what's happening. So that is one way to do this. And then I actually recommend that you take time to do a grounding exercise when you get started. And that grounding exercise can just be asking yourself the question, what four things am I feeling right now? What four emotions am I feeling right now? When I ask myself those four emotions, oftentimes it's, I feel happy, I feel overwhelmed, I feel ambitious, or I feel frustrated, or something like that. That's typically what comes out of my mind when I ask myself, when I go through that grounding exercise. And so that just kind of helps you to kind of bring yourself out of the outside noisy world and into yourself, to become very in tune with what you're feeling and what is going on with your body. And then you can just start your meditation process from there, which is basically just deep breathing, trying to clear your mind, relaxing, and just kind of at that point letting your thoughts kind of go where they're going to go. And yeah, and just I just highly encourage it. Like I said, whether you do it as a true meditative state, or whether you do it as quiet time where you are prayerful and journaling and just having that quiet time with the Lord, both are a form of meditation. Both are very, very good for you, for your overall health and wellness and happiness.